"Hello, honey." Ethan returned home, opening the door with a familiar greeting to his wife, Amelia. Then, he kissed his wife's forehead. Amelia was preparing a simple dinner for her family. She had just finished working at the exhibition, so she didn't have much time to cook. "Hello, honey. How is your day today?" Amelia asked, continuing her kitchen work. Ethan hesitated for a moment. His face showed fatigue. It seemed he wanted to say something but stopped. The last words he blurted out were still the same as usual. "Today is good." Amelia didn't say anything more. She was making spaghetti and a light salad for tonight. She planned to continue finishing her unfinished work after eating. Ethan and Amelia had dinner in a rather quiet atmosphere. Some of the stories they told were half-truths, but it didn't make the meal any more fun or warm. After dinner, Ethan returned to his office upstairs, while his wife Amelia continued to complete unfinished drawings. Their marriage, in the eyes of others, was wonderful. It's a true fairy tale where Ethan is an extremely successful businessman and his wife Amelia is a famous painter with many successful exhibitions. They live in the middle of bustling New York City, with its skyscrapers and bustling bustle. But contrary to the glamorous appearance of a perfect young couple, cracks begin to appear. Ethan's career requires him to spend most of his time, leaving little space in their relationship. Meanwhile, his wife is a woman with an extremely sensitive soul, in need of love and sharing, and is increasingly emotionally exhausted. Amelia can only find comfort from art. Through her paintings, she conveys her long-suppressed emotions. Ethan and Amelia's lives continued to be extremely boring. They didn't even share everyday stories with each other like before. They gradually became spiritually distant. Ethan can no longer remember the reason why he loved Amelia so much in the past. On the contrary, despite possessing great wealth, Amelia felt emotionally poor, longing for the love and connection they once had. "I really don't know if there is any way to save this marriage." Ethan expressed himself to his psychological counselor. He realized now the gap was too big. The psychiatrist named Kara is a middle-aged woman with an elegant appearance. She listened to all of Ethan's stories. Through the few meetings she had, she somehow understood the state of this marriage. Wealth is both a blessing, but also a burden. Money binds people into endless loops, so they forget what they really need. Kara slowly, looking at Ethan's troubled face, said, "I listened very deeply to his story and problems. Between the two of them, there existed a huge invisible wall, and unfortunately, it was currently difficult to break." She tried suggesting solutions to help improve the situation, such as innovative dates or trips, or simply an evening of rest and deep conversation with her partner. All of these measures appear to be temporary, Kara thought. This relationship can only have events happen to help each other realize what is truly important. "I think both you and Amelia should give each other space to think about your story, then come back to see me." Kara continued, ending the treatment session. Ethan somehow understood that things had actually become much more difficult. He sighed, said goodbye to Kara, and went home. On the way, Ethan looked into the unknown space, unable to know where the future of the relationship would go. Opening the delicate brown wooden door, Ethan felt the heaviness. He said a familiar greeting, "Hello, honey." The space in the house after Ethan said hello became quiet. No one responded to him. The enormity of the house and his sound echoed like an endless void. Ethan found it strange that he didn't hear Amelia respond. He pulled out his phone. It was 8 p.m. Normally she would be at home by now. But when Ethan walked through the rooms, there was no sign of Amelia. He pulled out his phone to call, but no one answered. Ethan had a bad premonition. His nerves began to fray. Ethan tried to find contacts related to Amelia, such as friends and colleagues, but all of them did not know his wife's whereabouts. Ethan thought perhaps his wife really needed some space, so he suppressed his anxiety and waited for Amelia to return. But a week has passed. Amelia still hasn't had any response. Ethan hasn't been able to sleep peacefully for the past week, his eyelids heavy with anxiety. He decided to search for Amelia. Ethan began to mobilize all the relationships he had, trying to find out his wife's whereabouts. From the police, to people who hold major relationships, to even close friends of both, all clues are broken. Ethan gradually became frightened. The house and everything remained the same, but the emptiness in Ethan's heart grew more and more. Several months passed, and he gradually fell into despair. Where could Amelia go? She disappeared like someone who never existed. Around the time Amelia disappeared, Ethan often searched for things related to his wife. Amelia's cosmetics and clothes are still present, silent in the house. What does she like to eat? Maybe it's any dish with attractive colors, related to tomatoes, avocados, lettuce, etc. Amelia also often lies down all day on Sundays, scrolling through social networks looking for ideas. For drawings, she is an active person, often laughing. She will share whatever is on her mind with him. He sees her presence through every familiar item. And Ethan also bitterly realized the distance had pushed him and Amelia away from each other. One evening, after finishing work, Ethan returned in a depressed state. He suddenly thought of Amelia's gallery and her works. Ethan unlocked the gallery and entered. When he turned on the light, the room was cluttered with art supplies and pictures drawn by Amelia. Ethan slowly looked around the gallery. The brightly colored paintings that Amelia hung on the wall were blue, white, pink, and orange. Amelia paints landscapes, portraits, and abstract paintings. Ethan's eyes quickly fell on the paintings placed below. Some paintings are completed, some are not. But in contrast to the paintings on the wall, the colors of these paintings are much darker. Black, red, gray mixed, the composition of the picture is also chaotic, like nightmares with no end. Ethan also noticed a very special painting of a young woman placed in the middle of the paintings on the ground. It's a girl similar to Amelia. The main color of the picture is gray. The girl is portrayed with lifeless eyes and smiling lips that make others feel that it is a forced smile. At that moment, Ethan realized all that time, how lonely Amelia had suffered. It all probably started 2 years ago, when he started to have certain achievements in his career. He was away from home more and had less time to talk to Amelia. He remembered a time ago, when they first started dating. Ethan was fascinated by Amelia's cheerfulness and enthusiasm. She can laugh and talk all day, or share her own new projects with Ethan. Amelia breathes life into her works, making them vivid and intimate. However, now, looking back at the most recent drawings, when the colors were not completely dry, he realized that the current Amelia only painted pictures with dark colors. A soul is slowly dying. Ethan regrets that his indifference somehow killed the relationship. Amelia was once an optimistic, close-knit wife, but now she suffers from a frightening distance in their relationship. Ethan tried to find clues through the pictures. He looked around hoping Amelia would leave some trace. Amidst the messy pile of paintings on the floor, a beautiful blue color appeared behind the dark colors. Ethan took out the picture and saw a beautiful sea scene early in the morning. The calm ocean ripples and the red-yellow color of the morning sun made Ethan wake up, as if he had just found a ray of hope. It was apparently the beach where they first met. It was the first time Ethan was impressed by an extremely beautiful girl. Amelia's golden hair and bright smile. She was brighter than the brightest sunlight. Ethan savored a feeling of nostalgia and emotionally grabbed the painting. After so many months apart, he finally knew what he needed to do. On a beautiful Sunday morning, sunlight filtering through the foliage in the front yard, Ethan wore a light blue shirt and drove the car to the beach, where he and Amelia first met. Along the beach are undulating sand dunes and gentle waves. The wind blew through Ethan's hair, and he swore that, after 8 months, this was the moment he felt most at peace. So she's really here. A girl wearing a white dress, with shiny blonde hair cut to shoulder length, was sitting and painting by the beach. Ethan took a deep breath and gently approached the girl step by step. "Hello." The young girl looked back. Deep blue eyes looked at Ethan. It was her, the wife he had spent so much effort looking for so long. "Hello. It's been a while." Ethan was moved beyond words. He sat down next to Amelia. "Let's start again," Ethan said, looking at Amelia fondly. Then, he placed a kiss on Amelia's lips. That feeling was stronger in him than ever. He finally understood what was truly important to him. That day was the most beautiful Sunday of Ethan's life.